Happy to hear you guys on it, man. Doug, I heard you on Stern, you can't talk too much about.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. But Stern was so cool to, that guy just helps me anytime I'm on there. I get creeped out talking to him when we're off the air. Like, all right, I gotta go. You make me nervous. But he's just so, warm. But
I can't wait for him to get here too, man. You guys,
cool, man. Thanks, Smoking Matt.
Fucking cash,
go get fired up. Fire up the bong, sir. Pot never worked. Pot was never my drug, and I've gave it plenty of opportunities, but it just creeps me out. It doesn't. I don't feel like I'm high correctly. I feel awkward. I've always been a hallucinogen guy.
Yeah, I never did it when I was young because I was in my cognitive development. I was really pretty straight growing up, and then once my brain was filled with information, I realized it doesn't matter.
You caught up. Don't worry.
Oh, no.
Mikey D here was a big heroin guy for years.
Yeah, I started young, got it over with. What I did with my life, you either fucking die or you become a comic.
But no, tell me.
I started drugs. I was probably 10 years old. I started, drinking, and then I started doing heroin when I was 14. Now, if I didn't start doing heroin, I would have definitely become an alcoholic.
Right.
I mean, I was definitely...
Heroin's the one drug I haven't done, and again, I don't...
You should try it.
I will. I'm waiting until as soon as I'm terminally ill, I get the tsunamis coming or something, I'm going right to the needle.
Heroin is so good that there's times where... I had a kidney stone one time, clean, I've been clean for a little while now, and I had this kidney stone about 2 years ago, and it hurt so fucking bad that I was praying to God to take away the kidney stone. Dear God, please... I was crying, literally, like a little baby. Yeah. I get to the hospital, they shoot me up with morphine. It was so good. The next day I woke up, I got on my knees, I said, God, please give me another kidney stone. Because I just wanted more fucking morphine. That's how much I love drugs.
Right.
I'm clean a while, but I am a drug enthusiast.
But I think it doesn't... If it doesn't... I'm trying to put this thought out there. If it doesn't look good, like heroin, it's just like the whole needle thing. I think if it was cooler, it would probably be, to look like what's that Annie Leibovitz? I'm watching her. Taking the Hunter S. Thompson picture on the front of the Rolling Stone, the commemorative issue, and all the pictures are with cigarettes, and they always like you with a cigarette, but. Because it looks cool, but it doesn't look cool to be jacking up with a needle, or you look good with a glass of wine, but you don't. Yeah. I remember doing acid once in Vegas. It was the first time I'd done acid. And we had taken one tab, and then we took a second. We were out just fucked up out of our heads, and it's daytime tripping, and we're playing with the neighbor kids. They're like kids from 7 to maybe 12 years old, and they're all playing basketball. They had a hoop in the driveway, and I put a tab of acid on my tongue. The fresh tab, and I ran after the basketball immediately. So I inhaled really hard, and the blotter acid of this paper is stuck to the back of that clitoris in the back of your throat, and it immediately made me vomit. So I got a mouthful of vomit that I'm trying to hold in because I have a fresh tab of acid. Right. I don't want to spit out. And I have 9 little kids circled around me watching me, and then I'm trying to swallow the puke, which nothing's is going to make you puke harder than trying to swallow puke. Yeah. So then I projectile vomit, and I'm just trying to pick the tab out of a pile of puke. I'm trying to find the tab, and I find it, and I wedge it back into the neck of my beer, and these kids are horrified. And, if they knew I were on drugs, that would queer them off of drugs for the rest of their life, watching this madman just sifting through his own vomit for drugs.
And you think it's hard to stick a needle in your vein?
But
That's
it was
easy
one of the
compared
best
to what
nights
you just
of my life. The point is, it was one of the best nights of my life. That high was, to this day, anything Pink Floyd is still religion to me, because it was the first time I watched The Wall. But I've never had a really bad drug experience. I've had a couple that was, that was probably the wrong place to do mushrooms, but I've done drugs for 20 years, and it's never been a problem. I know people like you that,
Well, it was a problem for me, and I got off them because I couldn't do it. But I don't go around preaching against it. I don't say, drugs are bad. I know.
I wish some people.
Yeah, I wish I could get high and not, rob people. Smoke crack. I don't just do regular drugs. I sometimes I'll be at a show. I talk about it in the act. I'm like, I'm a recovering heroin addict, you know, I don't do drugs. And then after the show, like, some kid will come up to me, some college fucking dweeb, and say, hey, why don't you have a beer with me? I'm like, I don't drink. I just talked about it in the show.
Yeah.
Because they don't expect it to be truthful. They think it's all, everything's made up, like every fucking comedian does.
I get potheads always trying to give me pot, where I say specifically, because I talk about drugs a lot, but pot doesn't work for me. And then potheads always try to give me pot because they forget. They go,
exactly.
Did you say that?
Yeah, it's just one group of kids, though, they literally were pushing me to have a beer with them, right? So I sat at the table, and this was in a comedy club after the show. You know, people hang around. So I'm sitting down, and I looked at one of them right in his eyes, said, look, I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to have a beer with you, but let me explain to you what's going to happen when I'm done with the beer. I'm going to need some heroin and some crack cocaine. And I only have like $200 on me.
Really horny.
Yeah, no, I said, I only got $200 on me. That's not enough. I'm going to rob you. I'm going to go to your house and kill your family. And, all right, let's get that beer now.
We got a caller. Who do we got?
AJ in New Orleans.
AJ.
Get him from all over.
The Big Easy. The Big Sleazy. What's up, man?
The fucking Crescent, the Big Easy.
I love that town, but that scares the shit out of me, New Orleans. I enjoy it, but you don't want to ask a lot of questions down there, you know?
Nah, you look at the ground and keep walking.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So what's going on?
Anyway, man, we're uptown one night, man, and we've been fucking riding the white horse all night, and we're all coked up and shit. So we head downtown, and we're going to bars down there, man. You know, Bourbon Street.
Yeah, okay.
And, there's a big bar down there, Razoo. So we we see these group of ladies. So me and my boys, we walk outside and start macking on these bitches, man. And one chick's got a nice little skirt on and shit. So my little boy, he jumps off on her, man. We start walking off, and he says, hey, man, let's go, back up to this hotel we're at. So we all walk up there, and so they give us a whole bunch of blow, and we're all coked up, man. And he goes in the back room with her, and all of a sudden you hear this dude screaming and shit. He was hooking up with her, and she pulled up her skirt and showed him a little present she had down there.
You know, that's just inappropriate. You don't scream.
Was it hard?
I don't know, man. He screamed. He's like, all the coke in the world will make that go away.
Hey, bent over a recliner. It's all a matter of who washed.
There's some boys that dress up as girls by Ha Comedy Club here in New York.
Yeah, right upstairs.
And the girls that I say never have light bulbs. They've got to be like 2 or 3 candles in that place.
Yeah,
because
that's tough.
the guys that go up there, they have no clue.
That's a rough place.
They really don't?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
some of them, I don't know.
Some of them I'm sure do, but, what are they going to, it's not.
Yeah, maybe that's what, oh, geez, oh, my goodness. What is...
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you get a good one, the late models that they have out, you don't even have to pretend you got tricked, because they're like...
Good looking.
Yeah, they got everything. They're built from scratch. Vic Henley is here.
Vic Henley.
Send Vic in. Yeah, send Vic in. Anyone who walks by, send him in. But Vic got my wife so hammered at Aspen that she was heckling Louis C.K.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, in a showcase. Then I went up and she's heckling me.
Yeah, your wife heckles you.
By the time I got off. Well, Vic Henley, who's coming into the studio right now, sat right next to her. My wife weighs, like 110 pounds, and he's pouring double shots down her neck, like one after another. Come on, do another shot. Like, come on, she's not a road comic, dude. She's
my wife.
Yes,
right.
She's got a little petite liver there.
That's Doug's wife.
Yeah.
And there's no adrenaline.
What's up, man?
Shit,
How you been? I was just telling him about how the...
Just talking to Fulton about you.
Look at this, man.
How are you?
Yeah, my wife, honey, if you want to call in and tell Vic Henley to go fuck himself for getting you drunk at Aspen until you had to be carried out, and it's really awkward when I have to carry her out because I'm weak as shit.
Right.
I like how she heckled you before you had to carry her.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
She was just.
I get her liquor, and she starts heckling him.
Right.
During the Aspen Festival, it's not like it's an important set or anything.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, it's not like I'm carrying her out gracefully either, because I'm so weak. I'm like dragging her like this.
Yeah, he tried to go over the shoulder, and it almost made him collapse. He tried to go over the shoulder, like a potato style, and he did. He almost went down.
Vic, how long you been in New York? Living in New York?
20 years.
Are you serious? That accent of yours is fucking strong, boy.
I know. So is yours.
No,
Irony. Irony.
But I lived here. No, I left here, too. I lived in Florida for 8 years. My accent didn't change. People say, oh, you still got your accent.
Right,
See, I'm not fucking hiding out, you motherfucker.
No, same thing.
I'm here.
All right. I'm not taking lessons.
Why is it that you can, live somewhere for so long, your accent doesn't change, you've been here 20 years, but if you do, one weekend with Hedberg, you talk just
I don't know. Don't you love to see the open mics the week after I had or Raquel or even you? Everyone's up there, you know. Come on, Pete.